Good morning, my people. Sometimes I wake up and I find myself in an awkward position, even to get a point to discuss something that is not very familiar with the people. Uh, there are so many things today we can discuss about. I don't only not necessarily discuss one topic. Sometimes I can go in the field to show you the streets, to show you where you can do your shopping or you can invest your money. Sometimes I come here just to show you political views. Sometimes I come here to discuss lifestyle in general, racism, African leadership and the colonies and colonial masters. Sometimes we discuss general topics about a region and other things. Uh, the recent visit by the African Union current leader, the president of Senegal, to Kremlin in Moscow was an indicator of generosity and gratitude. He did that on behalf of African Union mandates, not as an individual state. He carried the political will of the ordinary people in Africa, not the political elites, because the political elites, they like going to the West, because West is where they get everything they want. But for the will of the people, we as black people, we admire Russia. But being admiring Russia does not mean that I support what it is doing. We admire Russia because Russia supported Africa so much when Africa was gaining, the African states were gaining independence. So, this is the time to give the handshake back. And the only way you can give the handshake back is to pay the courtesy call. First to Kremlin, you engage Putin, you hear his side of that, and then you plead with him. Because what he has engaged on recently is something severe. Food is a serious war tool. It's a mighty tool of war, unlike other military hardwares. Because if you pull the string of food, many will go hungry. And if you look at the North African parts of the Africa, it all depends on Russia and Ukraine, cheap wheat. Because most of those countries are Islamic countries and most of the Muslims, they eat wheat. These are some of the things that have taken place and they need to be taken very seriously. So the debatable topic here is the intent of pressure pushed to African economies by the war in Ukraine. That war has an agenda. Ukrainians and Russians, they are same people. They are Slavic people and they had Russian Empire. If what Putin is doing is wrong, he's trying to unify his heritage. The recent visit by African leaders showed the interest to support Putin, and that will not be taken lightly by the West. Thereafter, the African Union leader had to go to, we haven't seen his visit to Kiev, we don't know why, but maybe in near future he gonna go to Kiev as well. He will also go to Kiev as well. We don't know. We are anticipating. And when the truth comes out, it will hit the ground and we will also have debate about it. But for now, the issue is pleading with Russia to open the blockage at Black Sea, so the food can pass uninterrupted, and most of the African nations can have subsidies on their wheat and corn and sunflower oils. These are the reasons. Uh, if we have the tech know-how in agri-farming as African nations, most of the African countries Apart from South Africa, the rest, they practice what we call substance farming. You give the land to the people, they demarcate it, they develop it, then you give them subsidy on agricultural input products. They become independent. You grow your own food, the state doesn't owe you anything. What it does is to develop the policies and create financial institutions that will guide your input, cost, and management of how you want to do it. We don't have that cooperative farming, commercial farming like in South Africa. So we are independent in food production, even though some parts of Africa doesn't have good quality soil for farming. But it's something we can be proud of. We can be proud of because we are self-sufficient in terms of farming, unlike the Muslim countries in Northern Africa. If you go to West Africa and Central Africa and East Africa and some part of SADC, apart from South Africa, Lesotho, Swaziland, and Mozambique, Zimbabwe, those places, people, they practice arable farming, substance farming. You put a cow, you put goats, you raise your own crops, and animals. You are self-sufficient. You gauge on how to eat. You don't need to have money to eat. You need to have land and good weather to plant. That system is very critical. It's the one we need to practice effectively. And that is why the head of African leaders is from North Africa. And North Africa region is suffering. And the only way he has to get subsidy on wheat that is commonly used in Northern African countries is to rush to Russia and explain his point, political view, and opinion on special operation. I don't call it invasion, I call it special operation because that's what it is. To denazificate. People cannot put nuclear at your doorstep. So, if you know what I say. Hit that subscription button. Give me more likes. I want to grow this channel to become one of the best genuine truth channel source for you. Take time and watch my next episodes concerning these escalations and the food hunger crisis, artificial crisis that has affected America. It has affected Africa, it has affected Europe, but in Russia there's no hunger. In China there's no hunger. In Venezuela there's no hunger. In Iran there's no hunger. In North Korea, the most isolated country on this continent, on this earth, doesn't have hunger. Malnutrition might be there, but everybody gets food to put on the table every day. I'm not advocating for rogue states, but I'm just putting the point home. You don't need the West to grow. They have shown us they can invest their wealth in your country, and when there's a political swing, they sanction you, they withdraw their investment, they create massive unemployment. If you're not a manufacturing or engineering or farming agricultural produce country or mineral rich country like Russia, you lose. You lose. Anarchy comes in, coup d'etat comes in, staged by the West, and all these things. You know how the episode goes on. Subscribe to this channel. Give me more subscribers. I really want to go far with you, and that's why I reiterate once again. Today I need 5 new more subscribers, and you're one of them. Whatever you are, whatever you're doing, I don't know. If you don't have time to air your opinion like I'm doing, then join me. We do it. You sacrifice to give me your subscription, your time, and me, I sacrifice to air my views and my opinions so that we can have what you call consensus understanding. These are facts, and I'll keep on giving you facts. Because if I don't give you facts, it's finished. All this is pointing into substance farming, owning land, planting your own food. I've spoken about it. I think these have all. I think I don't fail to mention this issue of food in each and every single episode I make concerning my own personal opinion, because that's the heartbeat of it. The other day I saw Western media outlets screaming Russia is stealing grains from Ukraine silos in Mariupol. What about those ones that were burnt? They burnt food in silos. In silos. It has been shown on the TV. What are you going to say about that one? Who is the main cause of that problem? How are we going to resolve this crisis if not political dialogue? Hit that subscription button. Let me know your thoughts, what you think, and what are your views. Because your opinion and your subscription matters on my journey as I move on. Give it to me. Don't watch this video and fail to give me a subscription. Just give me. I really need it, and you know why I need it. It will only cost you just a click of a button. Nothing much. Once you do that, then I'll be in a better position to do good things that will transform what we are experiencing in another perspective. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And this issue is not going to go untackled. My agenda was only highlighting on the reason why the African leaders sent their message through African Union chairman Lee Sentry, who visited Moscow instead of going to Ukraine, because they need Russia more than they need Ukraine. And most of the Francophone countries in West Africa, they are experiencing what we call colonial transition. And they know once that happens without a backup from a foreign land, it's going to reciprocate on them, because the coup d'etat will happen again. Because the French regimes got a habit of overthrowing governments in Africa that are not singing their song or doing what they want. So if you want to reject colonies, you have to have a mechanism of supporting yourself. And that is why countries like Mali, Chad will follow. They have to look for China, and they have to look for Russia as a backup. And that's why Wagner brothers, they are found in Mali for safety precautions, for protection against rebelliousness from the Francophone economy. Anyway, have a good day.